right, we'll start. First row.
I'll start. I first want to congratulate Mark Dagnall, one of the great young coaches in all of professional sports, and his team. The way this season started and everything, they may have had those buses painted up back in December. So they'll have a great parade. They have great fans. This was a great series. I'm so proud of our players. I'm so proud of our organization. Our fans showed up big time tonight. It was really moving. What happened with Tyrese is just all of our hearts dropped. But he will be back. I don't have any medical information about what may or may not have happened, but he'll be back in time, and I believe he'll make a full recovery. So he authored one of the great individual playoff runs in the history of the NBA with dramatic play after dramatic play. It was just something that no one's ever seen. And did it as one of 17. That's the beautiful thing about him. As great a player as he is, it's always a team thing, and so our hearts go out to him. But so proud of everyone, and so questions.
First question over there.
Rick Jamal Collier from ESPN. Tyrese, we saw him greeting teammates on crutches after he was cheering from the locker room.
I'm not talking about his injury. I'm not giving you. I have no idea. I haven't heard anything about a diagnosis or anything.
At halftime, did he say anything to the team and the way you guys kept?
He was in the locker room, and he was very much a part of a group that believed that they could do this. Nembhard hit the shot at the end of the first half to give us a 1-point lead, and then we needed to come out of the locker room and be better in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. We just weren't. I don't have the whole sequence of events, but they made some great plays, and we got off to a slow start, and that quarter was the killer. And then, but to me, the fourth quarter and the effort that our guys poured into the fourth quarter to win the quarter by 1 point was epic, and it was symbolic of what this team stands for, what basketball in Indiana stands for, and that there was no surrender. It was just it was all defiant fight to the end. And so I told these guys coming into this that there's no feel-good scenario when you get to the finals and are unable to get it done. And it really hurts on the one hand. On the other hand, this team has given all of Pacer Nation something to be very proud of.
Rick, you touched a little bit there about how much the team was able to fight in the fourth quarter, specifically the first half after seeing Tyrese go down. Your thoughts how they were able to battle then, and on top of that, is there anything that you could share with us that you said to the team after the game?
I'm not going to share anything I said after the game. Just a tremendous amount of gratitude for the character, the skill, how together they were, how hard they've continued to fight no matter what. I mean, you don't author comebacks like this team did really over the course of the entire season without just an indomitable competitive spirit to fight together. And that's what they were, and that's what they did.
Second row.
Ismail C. from Radio Canada. Coach Benedict Mathurin wasn't able to play in the playoffs last year. What did you think about how he kept you guys in the game in the fourth quarter during his first playoff experience?
He's a fighter, and that's one of the reasons he was the first guy in the game tonight. I knew we needed him, and these moments are moments that he really lives for as a competitor. He's talked about it. I've seen it. This is one of those physical types of games where you got to have pit bulls out there, figuring out ways to get the ball in the basket, get to the free throw line, get stops. Was really proud of how he fought from start to finish.
Any other questions for Coach? Thank you, Coach. All right, starting the second row.
Hey, TJ. When Tyrese went down, how did the team react, and how do you feel you guys played from that point on?
It was a tough feeling to see your franchise guy go down like that. But to have to move on and kind of compartmentalize it is tough. I thought we were fine. We I don't even remember the score going into halftime, but we were up 1. So, I thought we did a good job of kind of compartmentalizing it. Obviously, we missed him, but we all are devastated for him, and obviously support him.
Second row, Scott.
Scott Agnes, Fieldhouse Files. TJ, can you take us inside the locker room right now? What was this like after the game, knowing the season's over and you guys came so close after a special year?
Yeah, no moral victories, obviously, but deflated, but proud of everything we've accomplished. There's no award for second place, obviously, so everyone's upset. But hats off to OKC. They were the better team today.
First row on the left.
Jamal Collier from ESPN. We saw Ty kind of greeting you guys as you came off the court. We heard him cheering from the locker room. Just anything you can share about sort of just what maybe you guys said to him, or just seeing him still kind of being upbeat and trying to cheer you guys on even at halftime there.
I mean, that's just who Ty is. To go down like that and be selfless and just continuing to cheer for us, and even though he can't play, I think that just speaks volumes to who Tyrese Haliburton is. One of the greatest human beings I've come in contact with, great teammate. Obviously hurting for him, but that's just who he is.
Second row, TA.
TJ, you mentioned compartmentalization. That's what professional athletes do. They compartmentalize all the time. I can't imagine, though, that it was easy or even you were even able to do that in this situation, given the magnitude of both the game and the injury.
Yeah, I mean, when it happened, I think a lot of us were shaken up. And like you said, that's kind of part of the job, but it's hard to do when you see your guy go down like that and have to move on right away and finish the game, especially when it's that early. So, we came back at halftime and we were all giving him a hug and telling him we support him, and we'll continue to support him throughout his rehab process.
Last row.
TJ, what you guys have been able to do this season has inspired an entire city, and I know the fan support has meant so much to you guys. What message do you have to the fans after the season?
They're absolutely incredible. Just want to apologize for coming up short. We wouldn't be in this position without them. They've willed us to a lot of wins, and it's an honor and a pleasure to play in front of them.
Tim Reynolds.
Tim Reynolds, AP. TJ, I apologize if this was asked earlier, but the cameras got the image of Tyrese outside the locker room greeting a bunch of you guys, you included. What's it say about him that he stayed? He could have gone to the airport already. He could have gone whatever to the hotel. And what did you just take away from that little moment that you two shared?
It doesn't surprise me at all. That's who he is as a person, teammate. Puts his ego aside constantly, and he could have been in the locker room feeling sorry for himself after something like that happened, but he wasn't. He was up greeting us. A lot of us were hurting, from the loss, and he was up there consoling us. That's who Tyrese Haliburton is. He's just the greatest, man.
Last question, middle row.
I guess just was it like to try to change how you're going to attack a team like that on the fly? I mean, you guys have had to deal with injuries in mid-game a lot of times this season, but try to do it in Game 7 against this defense. Just what was that challenge like? What do you think you did well, and what was tough in that sort of?
You know, I think up until they went on their run, you know, we were moving the ball, taking care of it, and I didn't take care of it so well, obviously. Their pressure can really get to you, but I was just trying to be aggressive and, you know, had some uncharacteristic turnovers, but that happens, and just proud of the fight. We fought to the end, and but credit OKC, they're just really good.
Thank you, TJ. Start second row on the right.
Pascal, obviously, Tyrese goes down. Just kind of what were your emotions in that moment, and how difficult, what did it take to sort of stay in the moment and actually keep playing through it at that point?
Yeah, it was tough. Well, obviously, just off the bat, just wishing him well. I mean, just hope for the best. But I'm just, I'm proud of that kid. You know, he went through so much during the year. A lot of criticism. It's just, it's a lot, you know, for a young kid to go through, and like, he had a lot of stress, a lot of, you know, like, and he just kept battling, man. Like he kept fighting every single day. He kept just working, and he did some incredible things like this whole playoff run and this year, and yeah, like I'm just super proud of him. Obviously, you know, it hurts because we couldn't get it done, you know, and I wanted it so bad for him, and just because I know that, you know, he gave us everything, you know, everything he had, and it just hurts that he, you know, he couldn't see it through with us, but just incredibly proud of him and everything he's accomplished, and I know, you know, there's more coming, and yeah, it's just a tough situation, but we all behind him. I mean, he was in the locker room, you know, like talking to everyone, and just how selfless he is, you know, like he's going through some tough times, and you know, he looked out for us, and he wanted to be there for us, and it just shows his character and who he is as a player, and it's one of the big reasons I'm here, and you know, he made it kind of super fun for me to be here. It's just, you know, like a couple of years ago, you know, like I think, you know, basketball was just, yeah, it was kind of dark for me, and like, you know, it was just not fun at all. And I got traded here, and you know, these guys, they just gave me, you know, a boost, and I started with Ty, obviously, but just playing with these guys has been so incredible. Just found my joy for the game, and just playing with so much, you know, swagger and happiness, and that's all I want to do, like as a player, man. And I lost that for a while, and it's just so incredible that I came to a team like these guys, and Chad, KP, like Herb Simon, like the whole, you know, ownership group, like coaches, Rick. Like, you know, yeah, I didn't think, like, you know, this was possible, you know, just because of the situation that I was in, and just to see how amazing we did this year, and all the things that we accomplished. It's obviously there's no more victory because we want to win, and we thought, you know, like we did, you know, a lot to put ourselves in a position to win, and obviously it sucks, and we didn't do that. But I'm super proud of everyone, and I know I'm not even answering your question, but it's just I really do love these guys, and I'm super appreciative of the opportunity to be here, and kind of gave me my, you know, like that joy for the game again, and I'm just super grateful for that.
Second row middle.
Chris Whitlick, CBS4. I know you were touching on how personal this season was for you. Do you realize how special it was and what it meant to the state of Indiana, and really to the whole NBA? I think you had a lot of folks on board with being the underdog and being able to get this deep into the NBA Finals. Yeah.
I mean, I think we did it the right way, man. That's something that I can proudly say. There's no shortcuts. We've said all year like we're not a sexy team. We're not a team that everyone wants to watch. And for a while, Indy was just like, hey, like nobody cares, and we made people care, and that's something to be proud of. And I hope the fans. I just want to say like so incredible. Like the support all year has been amazing. Just to see how the city was so alive, and feel blessed that we were the people that gave him that. So, and we sorry, like we wanted to do it, for Indy. We wanted more than anything, and just for the city, for the state, just because they deserve it. Like these guys sleep, breathe basketball, and it was refreshing for me, like to be in that environment and to see how much basketball means to a group of people, and yeah, I'm super grateful, man, and I hope you guys can see that we fought hard and we're sorry, like we couldn't get it done, but we'll continue to fight.
Last row on the right.
Pascal, you touched a little bit on the fans, but it was just such an incredible run. You really inspired the whole city. So just what is your message to the fans after this?
Yeah, it's just, thank you so much, to the fans. Like some of those games, man, like I have flashbacks, just how amazing the crowd was, and we couldn't do it without them. And every time we were out there and, the game felt like, it was getting away, we kept just battling because we wanted to make Indiana proud. We wanted to make our fans proud, and we tried our best, but at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some, and we just got to be strong and keep going. And I told everyone, like I love every single one of these guys, and I wouldn't do it with anybody else, and I'm just. I'm super proud, so proud of the team, and it's hard to look forward in the future, after you lose like this. But yeah, I'm super proud of my team, and again, I wouldn't go to battle with anybody else.
Yeah, Hali from Pacers.com. You just mentioned you played wide variety of basketball, and tell you that the entire China was amazed by how you guys put together. They become your fans and Pacers fans. Nobody watched Pacers before. They now starting to watch the Pacers.
Yeah,
what does it mean to you to demonstrate great basketball, not just to the state of Indiana, but around the world?
Yeah, I think that's amazing, and obviously, I think because of the way we do it, and it's not the most popular way, and in the NBA where it's all about stars, and the team concept can get kind of put to the side. We kind of show that you can be a team, and go out there and fight, and everyone play together, and you have an opportunity to win. Obviously, we didn't do it, we didn't finish it, and again, it's no more victory. But I can say that we are happy that there's some people that can look at us and be like, yeah, we like team, and we hope that can set a trend for the days coming forward, and again, yeah, shout out China.
Thank you, Pascal.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them down, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, ESPN.